great win, but Coach, let's start with you. Even just before the interview here, we were talking about the significance of this win. We knew that, especially with the turnaround time, playing last night away on the road in a tough game, what were you guys anticipating, expecting against Southern Wesleyan?
Yeah, they're really, really strong. They push the ball. They've got some really good guards that can score. Cameron Solomon, is one of the best guards we're going to play all year. Kenny Holmes is one of the best guards we're going to play all year. Hutchins does a nice job getting them into their stuff, and so we knew it was going to be a battle, and really challenged our guys tonight to buy in on the defensive end, and commit to each other to play great defense, and they did that. I mean, except for the last 4 minutes of the first half, when we let them go on a 16-0 run, it was some of the best defense we've played. And a lot of that was because we couldn't make shots. We had some of the same shots that were going in early. They just weren't going down. We had 3 threes that touched the bottom and came out. So we came into this with a total different philosophy in our sub pattern. We've lost the last 2 home games in the second half. And we came in with, okay, we're not gonna play guys 20 minutes in the first half and expect them to come out in the second half, especially back to back. And it's easy to have Larry on the floor for 40 minutes, but he had 17 points in the second half, fresh as a daisy, and just made great plays on both ends. Darnell responded tonight. We put him back in the starting lineup and challenged him. Look, Cameron Solomon is one of the best players we're going to play. We need you to step up and play defense. He did a great job. I don't know that we're going to go away from this starting lineup if these guys keep playing like this. And Darnell responded tonight with 18. I mean, just guys stepped up tonight on the defensive end and made plays, and that led to some great opportunities on the offensive end. I was really proud of our effort, and these 2 guys did a great job offensively, particularly in the second half.
Talk about that halftime adjustment, though. You mentioned the 16-0 run. I think we all kind of were sitting from the sidelines going, what's happening? Yeah. What were the biggest things at halftime that you stressed?
Basically, we talked about just getting back to what we'd been doing. We were very positive. We weren't very positive in the hallway, but when we got into the locker room, we were pretty positive and talked about, look, we got the same shots. They just didn't go in. Now let's go back out there and get back to that defensive pressure. And I just, I'm looking at the stat sheet, and I know Larry's got 2 points, and I'm going, he's not going to finish the game with 2 points. And he made great plays in the second half. The shots he took were exactly the kind of shots we wanted him to get. He got to the free throw line 10 times. And it all came because he's fresh. It all came because, other guys were making stuff, and he was able to get to the rim. He was able to create. And his teammates, his teammates showed up and played well with him tonight instead of watching him. And it was just a good team win for us. And I'm proud of their effort. I'm proud of the way they came out and responded in the second half, made them call a timeout, before the first media. And, it's a 1-point game, and we ended up going scoring, and then it was on from there. And I was proud of the way we finished.
Darnell, welcome to Daisy here. But Darnell, Coach had mentioned the defense, the 2 tough losses at home. What was, from a player's perspective, what was the defensive mindset tonight? What did you guys change up?
Just being more focused and be more committed. When we're committed, we do great things. We have a lot of capability to compete with big teams, and we just need to buy in to what Coach says.
Really from the offense as well. I mean, you had a couple of big buckets late. Take me through kind of the final minutes of having to, what are you reminding yourself of with, it's a 7-point lead, now it's a 4-point lead.
Just being focused, make sure you make layups, because then that's extra possessions the opposing team has to score. Just got to make easy buckets, easy opportunities. Just get those and you win games.
All righty, Larry, let's talk about the offense. It was clicking tonight against a pretty good defensive team. What was going right from an offensive perspective?
Just mixing it up and us, executing like Darnell said. He said focusing in, which is said a lot by a lot of people, but it's probably one of the biggest things is focusing in on what you do every day in practice. And, we weren't throwing the same offense at him every time. We were mixing it up, and we've done some different things the last few days with the offense. Like, it's the same offense, but we've, changed some things. And Coach says all the time, make them, have to guard not one thing but 2 or 3 things, which defenses don't like that. So I think making them work, and just using other people and guys making big shots. I mean, that's really pretty much why the offense was clicking.
Let's go through the second half a little bit. I mean, really, you guys had points where, I mean, the defense just couldn't touch it. The ball was moving. You guys were getting open looks. What was the key to that flow?
Just having trust in each other. I think when we were in Florida, we got to talk to one of the VPs of Orlando Magic, and he told us the most basic thing in basketball is just trusting that you'll trust your teammate to pass it to him, and that you trust their teammate to give it back to you. And I think that's what we did tonight, and we beat a team that's about to go NCAA D2 next year, and I think it's a big deal for our program, and it should cause a lot of people to see where we are right now, and we're getting better. So,
Coach, not that any other win is more important than any other ones that we got this year, but just talk about, as Larry kind of mentioned, the significance of a win against a stellar program like Southern Wesleyan.
Yeah, I mean, this is the level we are. We're in CCA Division I. You know, they're duly affiliated with NAIA 1 going to D2 NCAA next year. So these are the kind of teams, we're going to play in the regional playoffs at their place. These are the kind of teams that we have to step out and play. And, this is a confidence builder. We talked a lot tonight about defining the season with the last 7 games. And that we could either define it positively or negatively. And I think tonight was a great start in the positive, going the positive direction. And I'll just make one comment about offensively. One of the things we did tonight was we made plays that weren't necessarily drawn up. Guys just, we came out of huddles with a this is what we're going to do. They changed the defense, and our guys responded and made shots. And that's the sign of a growing, maturing team that trusts one another, as Larry's saying, to give the ball to the next guy in the best opportunity. And I saw that numerous. I can't wait to watch this film because I saw that numerous times tonight. I can't wait to show these guys that film and say, look, when we trust, we win.
Coming up on Friday, another tough match against Piedmont. That was no doubt the highlight of the year last year with that memorable game.
Yeah.
What are some things that you take from tonight that are going to help for Friday's match?
We may not practice. We may just have chalk talks. No, I'm just kidding. That was what one of my coaches suggested since we played so well tonight with, just drawing stuff up on the board. We're going to have to play well. They've got a good team. And we've got to have the same defensive intensity. We got to buy into that, helping each other. And then offensively, we just got to get in a flow. We got to make them play us on the defensive end and not make it easy for them. Tonight, we didn't make it easy for Southern Wesleyan. We made them defend us, for the full length of the floor and a lot of the times. So we've got to make sure that we cause the same kind of defensive pressure on them where they got to play, because then that wears out their legs a little bit. They miss some shots down the stretch. And, we just got to have a couple of great days of practice and be ready.